Hey everybody, happy Friday. Let me do a little bit more camera adjustment. Maybe we don't need so much light. I don't know. What do you think? I'm a little bit packed in around here, so I'm going to have to watch my step. You made it to Friday. It's happy hour. I actually ran out of wine this week, so I'm drinking water. That's what my happy hour beverage is. Hopefully you guys have something a little bit more interesting than water. That's the way it is. Okay, so made to Friday. Welcome to my show. I'm Sharon. I'm the accidental art maker. A little bit about me. I've been upcycling and doing home decor for, about 6 or 7 years now. And a couple of years ago, I started using iron orchid design products, fell in love with it, became a stalkist. Boom, here I am on a Friday night doing a live, doing art, showing you some of the products, having a chit chat, no pressure. Ask questions if you have any, watch along with a glass of wine or your vodka tonic, whatever it is you're enjoying tonight. I'm just here to hang out and enjoy doing some artwork with you guys. So hopefully that's what you're here for too. Okay, so let's get this pointed down. If you're joining me on the replay, please let me know where you're joining from. Put it in the comments, let me know. Tonight, I'm going to be just doing some molding and some painting. I have this box that I got from a garage sale. It was actually just a plain wooden box when I got it. And it used to belong to some kid. You can kind of see up in here, there's like a note that the kid wrote somewhere along the line, but I used Explorer transfers on the outsides right here. And then the birds are a stamp from something called a floral swag. Oh yeah, floral swag. So what I wanted to do tonight is just make some, I want to dress it up. It's too plain and boring. And the boring color brown paint, it's just everything is blah. And it looks like it got a little scratched up along the way here. So what I'm going to do is put some molds along the side here. And then I'm going to add some colorful paint to the top and the side here and wipe it back from the transfer. So you guys can see what that looks like. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything to the birds on the side. I kind of like them the way that they are. So that is what I'm going to be working on tonight. I'm trying, I thought I had tried all the trimmings, but I haven't tried this one before. It's trimmings 3 and I don't have one open. So I'm going to go ahead and open this puppy up. I've been finding doing mold work like this pretty relaxing lately. And I don't know why. Okay, so let's see. We got this. We've got umbrella. We got the balloon and the hands. I'm trying to figure out which mold I want. If I want something big and bumpy or something. I'm really liking this one. I've not done it before, so we're gonna go ahead and try this. It looks kind of like feathers. So I'm gonna put this box aside and get going. If you haven't done molds before, they're very easy to do, very fun to do. You start off with a little bit of cornstarch and a brush, and you simply want to give your moldings a little bit of a dusting. I'm not even dipping into the can. I'm just kind of taking what's on top here. And this is the molding I want to use. So I'm just going in here. This actually looks like, because of all the nooks and crannies, I definitely want to use the cornstarch in here. The cornstarch helps the clay release easily from the mold. For some of the molds, like the ones that are letters and things like that, they can be super interesting and challenging to release from the mold. So, but yeah, this should be fine. So if you're joining, please let me know where you're coming from. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm Sharon. If you haven't met before here online, say hi in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, so I'm using air dry clay. And Got a little chunk here. I need to roll it out and slice, put it in there. I'll be fine. What a week. I don't know why it has felt like such a long week. More than any other from the last few years. Okay, so we got the clay here. We need a little bit more. All right, this in here. I've been trying to figure out Facebooks and pixels and 18-year-olds this week. My daughter just turned 18 and I can't believe I'm a mom to an 18-year-old and all that comes along with. I am definitely adjusting to that. Figuring out how to walk that path with an adult in training who thinks, you know, as we all did at that age. Hey, Allie from Brantford, Ontario. Let me say hello to you. Hey there. Yeah, it's a very interesting time when you have a teenager in the house. And we just went through a car buying scenario this week with her for a used car. And, I was trying to impart all my wisdom on spending $4,000 on a vehicle. And she was just going to buy it outright without negotiating or anything, taking it to a mechanic. And I was just like, this is $4,000. You gotta you gotta do a little due diligence here. And she ended up not getting the car because she took it to a mechanic who said it was a piece of shit car and not safe to drive. So there you go. All right. So what I've just done here, sorry, I was chit-chatting away about my week. I pressed the mold in the clay inside the mold, and I used this card to scrape it so that it's kind of got like this flat surface here. Actually, I could do a little bit of a better job. There we go. Make it smooth. And then I store my clay in a bag with a wet paper towel because the clay dries fast, which is actually a good thing. Now I'm just working the mold a little bit and pulling it away from the sides of the clay to loosen it up. And flip it over. Very pretty. I'll hold it up for you guys to see. So this is, you see the detail? So what I'm doing here is I'm making it to put on this box like this. I'm going to glue it down, paint it, and paint the box and cheer up the box a little bit. So I need at least 2 more. Of course, now this side is looking a little bit naked. All right, I'll just lay this down and we will kick out a few more molds here. Hey, Allie, if you're still there, let me know where, if you have used IOD. There's a couple of awesome stockists up in Canada. There's one I can totally picture the building, which I've never been to. I've just seen the picture of it, but I cannot remember the name of it. All right, now I'm doing my second mold. I don't need to put any more of the cornstarch in there because it still looks a little bit lightly coated, so I'm not too worried about it. And it pulled away pretty easy from the side. So I'm pushing the clay down into the mold. And letting it get in there. Get in there. And I'm going to have to start off by rubbing it away with my thumbs gently, especially where there's obvious excess, kind of going over the sides here. And then I'm going to go back over it with this credit card-like tool. It's not really a tool, it's my health benefits card that expired from last year. So now I am going to use it for art. Okay. You kind of see how I'm smoothing this away. There's probably a better term than smoothing it away, like scraping it away. All right. So now I'm going to pull, again, I'm just pulling it away from the sides like this. And flip it over and it just kind of rolls out. Oh, so sweetly. All right, I'm going to make one more. Hey, if you're just joining, say hey, let me know where you're watching from. I'm working on my mold here for this box I have here. I'll show it to you guys again in just a minute. Finishing up my last mold. So I'm taking the clay. I'm just kind of smushing it out. Reminds me back in the day when we would play with Play-Doh. But between the smell and squishing it in your fingers, and if you had like, I think I had like a kitchen set that made food images, food shapes. All right, but now we're making some beautiful trimmings here. We're going to glue onto a boring box, add some color, see what happens. All right, I'm scraping off the excess clay. Don't want to go too rough because then the whole thing will come popping out. Okay, here we go. So I'm just using this card right here, and I'm just kind of, I'll bring it up closer for you guys to see. You take the card, and what I want to do is I want it to be smooth, so it lays down smooth. So I'm just taking it along here, scraping it like that. Push that down a little bit in there. Sometimes I go back over and I just push it down like this to make it extra smooth. I take my clay and I pop it back into my little baggie here with a damp paper towel. That lets me come back in a couple of days and use it again so it doesn't dry out. I'm just sealing it up because I don't want to lose it. Ollie goes to the painted bench out of Hamilton. I think it's the painted bench out of Hamilton. What is the name? If you know the name of the woman who owns the painted bench, maybe I would recognize her name. I'm thinking Sandy. That could be wrong. But I think it's the painted bench. You have almost all of the molds. Aren't they just wonderful? What's your favorite thing that you've made? Describe it. Or yeah, describe it. I'm curious. I love the molds too. It's just like this other dimension. And it's not hard. It's not hard to do, but it just brings like this cool extra element to your artwork that you never knew you needed. Okay, so this is my box right here. And I'm going to take my trimmings here and glue it down here and figure out how to assemble them together so that it doesn't have too much of a gap in between them. All right, clear some space here. Okay, so I'll hold this up so you guys can see it. So you can kind of see it's a boring brown. This is the exploration transfer here. And I want to have these go over the side. Gosh, you know what? It looks kind of cool just stopping midway. You guys see that? I kind of like it like that. What do you guys think? I'm going with it. I could use this. No, maybe. No. But I will figure out something to do with this because I don't want to let it go. I'm sure I've got something I can stick a mold on in here. Okay, so look, I've got this right here. I'm gonna glue it down. It's very easy. Just grab some glue and glue it down. All right. So I've got a quick and thick type bond. It dries clear. This surface is kind of rough. It should adhere. All right, I'm gonna just slap a little bit on here. I'm gonna use my finger and wrap it around. All right. You want to make sure you coat the bottom. When the clay dries, it does naturally, it shrinks, and which can lead to like a nice aging effect or cracked effect. I kind of like it. It's very organic and natural. It doesn't look fake or plasticky, that's for sure. Okay, now I'm gonna put these back on top. It doesn't even really have to be up against the edge. It can just be like, give it a little bit of a border space there. And I'm gonna wrap around the side and I'll deal with the front in a second. You may be able to hear some interesting noises coming from outside my four walls. That's my daughter and her friends getting ready to go somewhere. All right, so now I'm just cleaning off my hands because I don't want to get glue on the front. Okay, so now I've got this and I'm just kind of gently tapping it down because I don't want to smush it. And I want to make sure it's sticking. And then I've got it right here. And now I'm holding this shut and I'm tapping it down. And I'm going to cut along the seam there in just a second with my handy dandy credit card. Right here. Voila. And voila. See? And now we'll open up and close. It'll dry. Okay. So that looks really cool already. But now, wait, there's more. Oh, you know what? I need to glue this to something. Oh, I know I can do. This is a tile. I'm wanting to test these tiles out that I got off of Buy Nothing. So I'm just going to glue this along the bottom. Give me 1 sec. It's not part of the plan, but that's the way it goes. All right, let's see here. I think I'm just gluing. It's okay, it gives us a second to dry over here. I am going to paint right on top of the clay while it's drying. It's okay to do that. You can also wait if you want. The sisters on IOD say to wait till, if you want to paint it while it's still wet, like let it get to this crunchy, kind of crunchy top, and that's what's going on right now. Like I said, it dries fast. Okay, I'm going to put this right here on this. I cut this. You guys can't see, I'm sorry. I just have a little side project I've started all of a sudden. I'm gonna put half. Maybe I want to wrap around a little bit. I haven't done towels before, but a lot of women on the pages are doing it. Okay, I'm gonna pick you up. Just move you over a little bit so you wrap around like that. And I'm gonna cut you right here. You need a little bit more glue. And now I've started another project that will sit around and stare at me next week. Saying, come on, Sharon, finish me, finish me. All right, and that looks a little bit rough right there, but that's okay. All right, so now look, I'm gluing this on a tile. This is like a little extra piece I had when I changed my mind halfway through that right there. So now this is just gonna sit in the side and dry over here. And then we're gonna get back to this guy right here. Ollie says, I redid a picture frame, 46 by 36 with mold and rub-on transfers, very shabby chic, love it. Working on an old chest trunk at the moment and an apartment size fridge. What are you doing to the fridge? And is it like a working refrigerator? Like, are you actually, are you painting or are you like, oh, I got like a million different questions going through my mind, Allie. You have to answer them for me. Okay, so I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna give it a couple of different, I just wanted it to be bright and cheery. It's just so blah right now. Might leave the sides brown, that'll help tone it down, but for now, oops, got some blues. I'm just gonna be very free-forming it here. All right, up my brush. Okay, so I'm going to be painting these guys as well as the wood at the same time, and I'm going to do the front also. I'll probably just paint everything kind of one color, and I'm going to be wiping the paint back from the transfers here and giving it kind of, I don't know what kind of effect it'll have, like a cloudy look. And then I'm going to be going back in with a few different colors. We'll see what happens. So let's see here. Allie, you gotta tell me what you're doing to the fridge. I have to know. Okay, so here's my paint. It's a very popular chalk paint. And I'm just gonna start up here. I've got some baby wipes to the side here in case I need to wipe back. All right, here we go. Let's just go over this. Now, I could accidentally get paint on the side here. I'm just gonna do this really quick. Have it open. Kind of get the parts off here. Oh, this is gonna look awesome. Yeah, I went into this with a whole different thing in mind of what I was gonna do. And look, I'm only a few minutes into the show and I'm changing it all. And that's okay, because it's my prerogative. All right, so I will be painting the mold a solid color, but let's give you an idea of like an up-close shot there, what it looks like when I'm just running my brush over it. Okay, so come in here. The mold maybe could have dried a little bit more. It's all right. Let's see here. All right. It's funny, I always dread doing these lives, like getting in front of the camera and talking. What am I going to say? And what am I going to do? And then I get here and I'm just doing art with some friends, or at least just talking to myself, which I've been known to do. All right, we're going to get in here and get these nooks and crannies. I just don't want any white showing right in here. And then I've got come over here and let's see. Get in there. Man, I would like a glass of wine though, I'll tell you. I can't believe I actually ran out of wine. It doesn't usually happen. Oh well, what's a girl to do? All right, I'm gonna get in these cracks right here. I would love to know if Mom's Shed is watching because she always has some crazy things she's upcycling. When I first met her on the show, she was upcycling a boot that she lives in Scotland. Her friend had found on the side of the road. It was a woman's boot. It was a Doc Martin found on the side of the road, a woman's Doc Martin. I was like, what story does that boot have? I would love to know. Okay, so I'm getting on here. You guys can see that, right? Don't worry, I'm gonna be coming back in here in just a minute. Just gonna kind of fill this in. There's still a little bit of white spots that aren't showing through. All right, can always come back and touch it up later off camera. All right, now I'm gonna flip it this way so you guys can see me finish this side. And here we go. Oops, I got a little bit on the side there. That's all right. We'll figure that out. As Bob Ross would say, it's a happy accident. Okay, let's see here. If you're just joining, let me know where you guys are joining from, what you're doing on this Friday night, how the week has treated you, what's going on. My name's Sharon. I'm the Accidental Art Maker. I've been looking forward to the end of the week. And here we are. All right, gonna get some color on this side. Let's see here. All right, here we go. We're gonna paint the mold. It's still drying. The glue is still drying. The clay is still drying. It's okay to paint it. You don't wanna like smush it down or coat on super duper heavy paint or super thick, because then it loses some of its beautiful little detail. I don't know if the paint will dry enough for me to do it tonight, but if I can, I'm gonna go back over it with some gilding wax and show you how the gilding wax makes things pop up, these details in here. But we're gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna keep painting around the box and around the transfer here. All right. Oh, good, it's not, it's gonna pop open. All right, so now, shit. Oh, look at my shirt. I got paint on my shirt. Oh well, what you gonna do? All right, I've got my baby wipes. That's not for my shirt. It's actually for the for my next steps here. All right, so now I'm gonna take some of this blue. Gosh darn it all. You know I want to say a really bad word, but I don't know you well enough to say the F-bomb yet. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this blue and work it in around the side. I've got some white there next to the green. So I'm just gonna be blending and painting over the transfer and then wiping back super duper quick. Because I don't want to obviously cover up the transfer. All right, oops. Let's go in here. Don't open. Ah! All right, ready? Here we go. I'm just wiping back a little bit here. Gosh darn it. All right, I ain't gonna say the F word before the night's over, so if you get offended easily, now would be the time to drop off the broadcast. Okay, here we go. I want you to know I've been working hard on not going, and instead I've replaced it with, okay. I just got the carpets cleaned here this week. I have white shag carpets throughout most of the house, including this room. And I do not want to get it on the floor. And if that happens, I definitely will be cussing. Okay. I'm going to try and wipe this back a little bit more. Just a little bit there. Kind of like it a little bit cloudy. Let's see here. We'll get more blue in here. Blue, blue, blue. All right. Wipe it away. Okay. All right. I'm wiping back just enough. Like I want to still be able to see the transfer, but I also like the color kind of popping through, especially here through the strings and the little basket. Let's see here. What would happen if I came in and gave it like a little bit, oh, look at that, like just a little bit of a shape with the blue. Like that. Cool. All right. I'm gonna paint a little bit here. And you can still see like remnants of the box underneath here. I don't want that. I think, come back in here, get a little bit of the white. See how that looks. Kind of like it's flying through the sky. You know, like hot air balloons tend to do. Okay. Blend it in. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. It takes a little bit sometimes for them to get to me through StreamYard, but I am here to help answer any questions. Okay. And also, in case you didn't know, baby wipes are also a painting instrument. All right, there we go. I want to be able to see that line underneath there. There's too much wood showing there. Go back into the greenish hue here. And keep playing with it for a minute or two and see what happens. There we go. Along the line here. I do like that blue. And I'm gonna get another paintbrush. Go for a little bit of white and see what I can do with that here. So I'm painting over it. If you're just joining, don't stress. I'm going to wipe it away. Huh, that makes it pop. All right. Let's carry this up into a hot air balloon. I'm just making this up, guys, as I go along. I don't have any formal training in painting. I just kind of learn from watching YouTube videos. All the IOD stockists are amazing to watch and learn from. There's some really talented people out there. Okay. I don't know. Not loving it. Not really sure. Okay, let's bring some blue back in. I'll figure it out. Yeah, look at that basket. No, I don't like that basket. Let's see here. That kind of makes sense though, right? Because the yard, the blue, if the sky is blue, then the strings, the ropes holding it would show the blue sky. Okay, I'm gonna come in here and just give that more of a serious rub. All right. Come in here. There we go. Okay, now I'm liking it. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do a little dry brushing here and just kind of have some flip-flops of blue. That's a technical term you didn't know, flip-flops of blue, because I'm flip-flopping my brush. Want some blue here on the outside of this. A little bit of white for some shaping and composition and lighting. Let's see, Allie's telling us about the, I just repainted a little girl's pair of cowboy boots. Take a post and put molds on it on one of the, put flowers on top. It's cute. I'm sure it is. The whole boot thing is super cute. All right. All right, this is looking good to me. At least good enough for now for a live. That's almost been going for 40 minutes. All right, so let me get this in here. I can always come back and peel it back a little bit, but this is where we're at here for this. That looks pretty. Now we got this to do. Learn a lesson and pull out a few wipes in advance of painting. All right, so now I want to come back in here. I'm going to, wow, what is she doing? I'm painting over the transfers and then I'm going to wipe back. But just to start with, doing this. Okay. Let's see. Now we're going to wipe back. Oh, it looks like we got an answer about the refrigerator too from Allie. Going to use the molds and the transfer called Flora. Yes, that's one of my favorites, and antiquing it. And so is it a working refrigerator? Like it's going to be like a showcase basically in your kitchen is what I'm picturing from what you're saying. It's going to be like a work of art that also keeps your food ready to eat. Okay. So I'm liking this one a little bit more. It looks like the hands are kind of mysteriously popping through. I am going to, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, because I don't like the paintbrush marks showing so much, so I'm kind of wondering maybe a little bit of, let's see, white through here, like this, down at the base, and then come back in with a wipe. Well, it's showing the wood. It's not the wood underneath. It's actually the first coat of paint that's been on there for several months. Let's see here. Let's try patting. Kind of just feel like I'm making a mess and then another mess and then another mess, but that's the way it goes. Let's see here. Get some white in here to make it messier, because why not at this point? Do you want to kind of lighten it up a little bit? Now I'm blending it too much. That's becoming a whole new color. All right, let's. Ellie, how long have you been doing artwork for like this? Or how long you've been using molds and stuff? It's probably curious. I mean, to do a refrigerator, I think is super duper brave, because that's like $1,000 canvas, right? Maybe more. If you're Ontario, like Canadian dollars right now would be what? How much for a fridge? Quite a lot. So I think you must be a very confident artist to do that. All right. All right. I am not 100% sold on this yet, but that's okay. I don't need to be, because I can always come back and fix it. I do think this is dried enough on top where I can do some of the, some gold on it to show you what that looks like. Gold or silver, maybe copper. I don't know. What do you think, Allie? I'm kind of done thinking for the night, I think. All right, you come up here. And I can always come back over this with a stamp, right? Or more transfers. But I really don't want to do that. I was just trying to make this cheerful, but I kind of feel like I really effed it up. But who knows? Let's see here. I just don't want to be wasting your time watching this, guys, but now I'm totally, what's it called doing? I'm doing imposter syndrome stuff right now. So I'm going to be quiet while I get back into this. I do want to break this up a little bit here. I don't like the kind of hard edges. Wipe back from this hand because I want to see the hand a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Let's see that letter. See these letters. Okay, pull that in a little bit better. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I do have a Facebook page. It's Accidental Art Maker. Ellie, if you want to check me out there. I got a website too. This is my YouTube channel I think you're watching from. All right, so now I got this as my, there's that right there. I'm kind of liking it now. Isn't it funny how that happens? All right, a little bit there. Now I want to do, I think I'm going to do copper. Oh yes, here's my copper. So I got this pretty cheap copper stuff here. I'm going to need another brush. Let's see what brush. I'll do this super. I don't know what's on this brush. Got this whole little canister of brushes over here. I'm going to use like a short stubby brush. I don't want to use this brush, but it's got white paint on it. Let's see, maybe I can just clean it off a little bit. Let's see. It could be fun. All right, let's see. We'll try it with this. There's some copper here. Oops. All right, I'll show you guys what I got here. My palette. So here's my copper right here. It's acrylic paint. It's not chalk paint like this right here. I'm just taking a little bit of depths. We're almost done here, so stick around. And I'm just going to gently go over the mold. And if I get any copper along the side, I'm not worried about that. I can go back over and paint over it, but I'm just giving it like a little bit of a metallic sheen right now. Let's see. Oh, it looks so pretty. It's so funny how you can go from like beating yourself up 1 second to like, oh, look what I did. Okay, I'm gonna flip this carefully so I can get the sides right here. Let's see. Okay. Almost done. Oh, it looks really pretty. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, here we go. This one, that makes it all worth it. So watch. I'm gonna get this green. I'll hold it up in a second so you guys can see, but let's see here. Get in there. It's actually blending a little bit with the paint, which is still wet, but I'm loving the effect. I can still come back in later with some more just straight up copper to like really make some of the stuff stand out a little bit more. Let's see. Like that. You see how that happens? Let's see. Like that. There we go. A little bit more coppery. Okay. Now if you can see that. That turned out really pretty. Okay, almost done here. I just want to kind of go over this top part around the corner here a little bit. The top looks really different from the bottom, but that's okay. I can like kind of come back in and make it all come together with some final touches. That's after everything kind of has a time to dry and figure out where they want to be. Then I can just kind of come in and sand stuff off or put something more on. Up to me. Okay. Let's see what happens when I wipe this back. All right. You can kind of see I got a little messy in here, but that's all right. Like I said, I can just come in here later on and fix that, take care of that. All right, let me show you guys. Shit, you know what I just did? Well, now there's copper on the white shag carpets. That's all right. All right. So that's the Explorer transfer right there, along with that. And then I'll fix up the sides. As you can see, I need to work on that. But then that's floral swag right there on the sides. I like the sides kind of being brown, but since I've got some paint on it, that probably won't stick around that way. So we'll see. I'll put a finished picture up later. I can spit the words out tonight. But here you go. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. It's been great starting off my weekend with some art with you. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll be live again one night next week. Don't know when, don't know where, but it'll happen. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.